Howdy guys, this is Grant with Frontier Truck Gear. Today we're going to go over the install for the 2025 Chevy Tahoe Grille Guard. So you notice we have brackets already in. We kind of skipped a few steps because we're in the design process. But we're going to go over what you're going to need and a couple of the ins and outs of this install. It's not too bad, all things considered. You're going to need a T15 Torx screwdriver to take out this little deflector plate. You also need, I believe it's a 9/32 socket on one side to take out the other screws. That's right under here. Basically take that out. You notice we took out a little corner piece. You don't actually need to take that out, but it's easier for us to view everything. So if you can't get your hands in there, you might want to take those out too. Things to be aware of, at least in the diesel, we have a block heater plug that runs to the inside corner here. We're going to have to relocate that. It was located here. Yours will be located here if you have the diesel. But now we relocated it underneath. It's really easy. You just drill a 1-inch hole, and it's got its own little plug that snaps right in there. This is where we relocated that plug. You know, it's kind of behind the bracket. It's kind of up here, but it's out of the way. We, wanted it to be protected from ground travel, rocks and stuff, but also it needs to be accessible. So that's where we chose to do it. Doesn't really matter. Just don't, drill into something like your headlight or fog light or anything like that. So once you get your deflector plate out, and if you want to relocate your heater plug early, you have to cut out a section of this undermolding for the brackets to go through it. You'll notice if you have a diesel with the heater plug, it kind of exists right there, and there's some lines the little cover creates. We just followed those lines. You want to make sure you cut all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top, and then whenever you can, end it here in a clean way. There's kind of the end of the little inset section. We cut it right into there because you're going to need height to get your hand in for the bolts later on. We're putting bolts on the inside of the tube, and then on the other side here we just followed that same pattern and kind of matched it the best we could to keep it symmetric. And the you'll see the brackets are going to come through right in the middle there. So first thing before we put the brackets in, if you have sensors, which I believe most of them are equipped with, this is a High Country. The High Country has these little ultrasonic sensors. They pop in from the back. There's a clip on the top and the bottom. And it's a little bit of a gymnastics move, but through this little grate and through the hole that you just cut, you can kind of get the clips off and then very delicately push in the front. And you can work your sensor out. Be really careful with these. They're relatively fragile and quite picky on this Tahoe. But you can do that. Same thing on the other side. They're located into the bumper sideways like this orientation. And we want to match that as best we can when we actually go into the sensor bar. That's really critical. These are a duckbill sort of sensor beam. So they have an orientation that they need to be into the sensor bar. So keep that in mind for later. All right, we're on the passenger side of the vehicle right now, just to show you the bracket and the way we're going to install it. So first things first, there's a little plate that goes in the middle section right there. There's going to be an additional plate. We're going to zoom into the bumper itself so you can see. There's a short section about the bracket install. You see that gray section represents the truck frame. Here comes a little retaining tab. You're going to put that in first, and that's going to cinch the bracket up all the way tight. Go ahead and put lock washer, nut it on. And then there's a rear bolt. We're going to do that one first because it'll be hard to get to. Go ahead and tighten it all the way down. And then you're going to put in your other two bolts. All these bolts get two washers and a lock washer and a nut. Tighten them all down, and there you go. That is how you install the bracket on both sides. So once you get all the bolts in, I recommend you tighten those up now. There's not much adjustment in these brackets. The adjustment will be in the grille guard itself on the shoes. So tighten those all really good because it's going to be really hard to get a wrench in there once the grille guard is actually on the vehicle. Our sensor bar goes right over the license plate, so we're going to have to relocate the license plate. I recommend you do this before you mount the grille guard, as these screws will be mostly covered up with the sensor bar. Go ahead and take your license plate off, and then we'll put the grille guard on. So we're going to move to the grille guard section. So you notice we have 4 bolts here. I recommend putting the top bolts in. So get the grille guard up, get a buddy, lift it up to the truck, put the top bolts in with washers, with your washer stack and your lock washer, and then your nut. We do the nut on the rear, looks better. And then you're just going to tighten it up, snug it up. Don't over tighten it now. And then put the other top bolt in. At this point, you should be able to lift the grill guard to level it to the truck. And there might be a little bit of side-to-side play that you can move the grill guard to match it up to the actual headlights here. And so you can adjust it onto the truck itself. And then once it's adjusted, tighten everything down really good, and we'll move to the sensors. So we got the grill guard on here. It's just loose, hand tight. So, you know, obviously you tweak it in, but I want to go over the sensors real quick. So this is our sensor bar. So this is where you're going to relocate your sensors from the factory bumper into here. Remember that 180 degree or horizontal clocking is really important. The way that we relocate the sensors is with these rubber grommets. And we have these cutouts here. And so it just takes a little bit of doing. You just fold that grommet in there. Make sure it's a little bit loose. It's not hung up anywhere. And then we're going to have these extension cables for the factory sensor. They just plug into that and then plug into the sensor. Just like that. Actually, it goes that way. And so you're just going to plug those in. You can either pop these bezels out of the factory sensor locations and run it through there, or what we're going to do for now is just run it by the bracket. But once you got your grommets in, take your factory sensor, and I recommend if you have any, like a silicone-based lube, nothing too aggressive. Like I said, these sensors are really, really fragile. But if you just lube them up a little bit, it can really help this process. And then you're going to pop it in from the rear. All right, so we have a little bit of lube here. I'm just going to put it on this gray section of the plastic all the way around. Try not to get it on the actual sensor portion if you can, because you'll have to clean that off later. Get it all the way around. And we're going to go in from the back, and remember, the orientation is like this. So we're going to go back there. I just kind of work my way from bottom side, and you got to just angle it in, and with a little bit of patience, you can get it in there. And you kind of adjust your grommet a little bit, and then I'm going to check my clocking from the rear. It'll feel pretty good. And then you can go ahead and plug in your sensor extension and then tighten up your grill guard, and you should be ready to go.